Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of SAT Sports on the Fanatics Network. I'm Marcus. He's Freddy. How we doing, man?
Yo, what's going on, man? Second day in a row.
Second day in a row, back to back. You came on the World League podcast last night, and you pulling it out tonight. Well, I said for the last few weeks we were bringing a guest on. We brought him back mainly because this week my NFL team's playing his this week. But the last time I brought him on week 1 of college football. Welcome back to the show, the global ambassador for Florida State University, Mr. Todrick G. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, Marcus? What's up, Freddy?
What up, brother?
Yeah, we in this thing representing. My boys looking good. That's all I can say right now. My boys looking good.
Real quick, I will say this. We played like shit. Y'all were the better team. The way I was like, yeah, we're going to lose this. I figured we would have had just one loss going all the way through where we are right now. I didn't expect to have 2 losses with Ole Miss, but y'all are where y'all need to be. Y'all had to get over 2 humps to get where y'all at now. Y'all got over us. Y'all got over Clemson. Y'all control y'all own destiny. All y'all got to do is win out and win the ACC, and you guys are in.
Yeah, it's kind of shaping up to be a real special season in Tallahassee. I'm definitely here for it. I will say this, in all honesty, Marcus, I do think you guys are still one of the best teams in the SEC. Even Georgia, I think y'all could match up well against them. Because your quarterback Jalen is actually doing really, really good. Surprise loss to Ole Miss, right? That one was a kind of a shocker, yeah. But I still think you guys are in prime position to kind of hold serve in the SEC.
Oh yeah, when comments are coming in, we got Tim King already joining in from the Tim King Show. What's up? Going good. We ready to talk this one. So I figured since Todrick is our guest today, I'll let him pick where should we start. Do you want to talk college football, the NFL, or you want to go other? Kick it off.
Let's start college. Let's get right into it. So, as I mentioned, Florida State right now we survived the month of September. As Marcus mentioned, we came out with a victory against LSU, and then closed out September beating Clemson at Clemson. And a lot of the skeptics and the critics are kind of looking at some games where we was kind of slow out the gate, haven't played really consistent. The game against Boston College comes to mind, obviously. But it's scary right now, and I'm going to tell you why. We have not put together 60 minutes of good football yet. This last game last week against Syracuse was possibly the closest we've seen. Florida State looked really good, both offensively, defensively, and on special teams. And that's really part to that beast at wide receiver, number 4. Shouts out to Keon Coleman. Is he not like one of the top receivers in the country right now? Real talk.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be one of the top 3 to 4.
Yeah. I mean, right now he's giving Marvin Harris Jr. a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's in all fairness. But yeah. So with Keon and obviously with Jordan Travis kind of running things or whatever, we're poised to do what we set out to do. We just got to stay consistent and really play our best 60 minutes. So, yeah.
Even Jordan Travis is now kind of the Heisman talk as well after things have shaken up this past week.
Right. Definitely still in that conversation. Not getting a lot of media love right now when it comes to that, even compared to Drake May at North Carolina. He's definitely being considered more so. But we're going to play the games and we'll see what happens.
Hopefully Drake May will be a future Patriot.
y'all desperate to get rid of Mac Jones right now.
Bro, we're desperate right now.
So Florida State 41-3 win over Syracuse. You got any statistics on this?
Well, not right off the top of my head. I'll be honest. I was just on another big Zoom meeting or whatever, but like I say, we put together some good football in that game, and I think if they can definitely continue to be consistent defensively, and really start to run the ball more. Trey Benson is kind of getting going. We had some injuries, some guys nicked up on the O-line that are now starting to get back on the field. So, but like I say, overall, that was one of the better games in this first half of the season.
Mm-hmm. Freddy, your Michigan Wolverines 52-7 win over Indiana.
Yes.
It got a little scary in the first quarter when they scored first, but Michigan just doing Michigan.
Which you did predict that last week. You did say they might come out, score first, and then Michigan might go on a run. I did say we might score over 50. So I did predict that. I think I said 50 something to like 17, but 52-7 is, that'll work. But I mean, they scored what, like 20? They scored a bunch.
What you got?
I got a question. When is the season gonna start for Michigan? When are y'all really gonna ramp up the schedule?
Well, we play Michigan State this week.
Okay.
And I think this is the week where we kind of start playing semi decent, and then I think Ohio State is in maybe
November.
It's rivalry week. It's like the weekend of Thanksgiving. That's when they play all the big rivalry games.
Right.
So they always close out. It's always Michigan, Ohio State at the end. Which LSU, I did not expect that amazing performance, and I was over there. 48-18 win over Auburn. I thought it was going to be close to the wire like it usually is. They were trying to win back-to-back in Baton Rouge. They haven't did that in quite a while because they won 2 years ago for the first time since 99. But that was the best I've seen that defense. I mean, let's talk here. Jaden Daniels, 20 completed passes out of 27 for 325 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did get 1 interception. Logan Diggs led in rushing, 18 carries for 97 yards, and he had a touchdown. Kyron Lacey this week led in receiving with 4 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown. That defense, though, 71 total tackles, 31 solo, 2 sacks from Harold Perkins Jr. and Mekhi Wingo, and 3 tackles for losses. LSU had 238 total rushing yards in the game and 325 receiving yards in the game.
Nice.
A couple other names did get the score. John Emery Jr. got on the board in the goal line situation. Josh Williams did also score in the red zone. Malik Neighbors got him a touchdown reception, and so did Josh Williams. So they were on a roll. I will give them that. I thought it was going to be a struggle win. No, that was a ass whooping for Auburn, and I don't know what the fate's going to be in the future of that rival when they shift the SEC with Texas and Oklahoma coming in next year.
Right.
There's potential rumors of trading 2 for 1 because they're going to put Texas and Oklahoma in the West. They're talking about giving Auburn and Alabama to the East and give us Missouri, and we'll have 8, and they'll have 8 in the East. So that's what it's looking like for the SEC.
Nice. Yeah, I do think if they do move Alabama and maybe Auburn over to the East, that does strengthen up that side of the conference, if you will, outside of Georgia. Florida's a dumpster fire. In Tennessee, long as Hypo, kind of is still manning the ship. Looks like they can continue to be solid. But yeah, you put Texas and Oklahoma out there in the West. Yeah, y'all gonna have your work cut out for you there, Marcus.
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, I gotta ask, since y'all both live in Florida, I gotta ask this. It could be whatever. It could be the Seminole War Canoe with Florida State, Miami. Could be Florida State, whatever that rivalry is called. The War on I-4 with UCF in South Florida. Or it could be FAU and FIU. What's the biggest rivalry in the state of Florida when it comes to college football?
I think it's I mean, I don't want to speak for talk, but I think it's FSU Miami. I would say that's the biggest. At least ever since I've been in Florida, that's been the biggest. FSU Miami.
But you forgot one more that's on the radar there, Marcus. Bethune-Cookman, my alma mater versus FAMU, the Florida Classic that's held every year.
Florida Classic.
Yep. But definitely no. I think I will have to agree with Freddy. In the state of Florida, the biggest rivalry, I think, has always been Florida State Miami, and this is why I say that. Back in the late '80s, when Florida State and Miami were both in their heyday, the national championship came through the state of Florida, and it was really that game that was whether we were number 1, number 2, top 5, top 10, whatever that looked like. It was that game that determined who was really going to be in pole position for the national championship. And what really stands out about those rivalry games back then is the wide rights, Marcus. Ready? Wide right 1, wide right 2, and there was a wide left, then wide right 3. So those games came down to kicks, that really determined, who was going to go on and play for national championship. So disrespecting Florida because I hate Florida, but that is a big state rivalry. But I would say the biggest is Florida State, Miami.
Well, no surprise on my side of the state, but the biggest football rivalry in college in our state is probably maybe the biggest rivalry in HBCU, the Bayou Classic with Grambling and Southern.
Southern, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That one even had its own documentary. That one is even bigger than LSU and Tulane for the Tiger Rag was the oldest in the state, but they don't play it no more. Wow. They haven't played since 2009, and I feel like the only way they would ever play again is if Tulane would get bigger and better and want to come join the SEC. But we already have enough SEC teams.
Right.
That whole rumor with the ACC wanting to add Clemson, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and another team to the SEC. I'm like, no, we already have enough teams, and we don't need 4 Tigers or 3.5. I count Auburn as 3.5 in the SEC.
Right. And the war on I-4 is basically done now that UCF jumped ship. I don't believe they're going to play anymore. So that's kind of come to an end.
But it quickly was a really highly
it really was
hot rivalry.
Yep.
That war on I-4 aptly named, being that Tampa and Orlando are about an hour and a half away, was really contentious. But definitely, I agree, Freddy. That one now will go to the wayside as far as rivalries.
Well, I talk about when it comes to these rivalries, I'm talking about one game in particular, but when you think of big all-time big rivals, you're going to think of your usuals. You'll think of Michigan, Ohio State, the game. You think of the Iron Bowl with Auburn and Alabama, or you'll think of USC and Notre Dame for the Julius Shillelagh. Big rivalries like that. But out in the West Coast, up in the Northwest, there's a big rivalry called the Cascade Clash. Washington and Oregon. Holy shit. What a game. Oregon rocking the cookies and cream uniforms.
Yeah, that Oregon jersey was off the hook.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched the first half of the game on my phone in the PMAC while they had A&M and Tennessee playing. That game was down to the wire, and Washington pulled it off 36-33. They're now up in the hayfront for the Pac-12, and the way they're playing right now, I'm gonna have to call I'm doing another CFP prediction. Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, and Washington is my CFP right now.
I like that, Marcus. I like that. I think right now Washington is a scary, sneaky CFP team being led by Michael Penix. I think that's another guy who could. I think right now he is the Heisman favorite right now. If you look at what he's doing as far as his stats and where he has his team compared to what Caleb Williams is doing right now with SC. So that's a scary team they got going. They got a top-notch wide receiver as well there in Washington. That's pretty much always open, like 7-Eleven, like Jamar Chase. That's a nice prediction. I like Washington actually to win the Pac-12. Things are going to start getting really interesting because now we're going to have those matchups where the best are going to start playing each other. So should be real interesting down the stretch, Freddy.
Yep.
I think we can all agree that was definitely the game of the week. Washington and Oregon.
Yeah. I think the most disappointing game of the week was probably Colorado on that Friday night game.
Wait. I do. You want to talk about upsets? You go with yours. I'll do mine next. Give me your take on this. Before you even say the rest, look, I just got home from a football game that we fucking lost, that we should have won, and I'm just getting shit ready. I'm watching 10 o'clock news, watching our highlights, watching our next opponent's highlights. I'm catching up on SmackDown, and I just get home and I just check on the game. Colorado's up 29-0, so I'm like, okay, I ain't watching this. I'm watching all this. Well, Freddy texts me. He says, "Dude, are you not watching this game right now?" When he said that, I'm like, you know what? I put it on. It's almost tied, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I didn't turn the game off. I didn't go to bed till 2. I felt like I was watching Colorado State all over again. I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 8 for College Game Day and shit. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, Jordan?
And Nick from the Universal Wrestling Podcast. What's going on? So yeah, like if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known about the biggest comeback of.
So
the
what was crazy? Friday, I had a crazy Friday. So some of y'all seen on social media had a gender reveal. I'm having a daughter.
Congratulations, by the way.
Congrats.
So I had to, while we were setting up, I actually had the game on. So I'm trying to get everything set up for the gender reveal. And I'm watching. She's like, shut the game off. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll set it off. Had the gender reveal. They were up. So I go on social media and I'm posting stuff and I see him. A friend of mine is like, yo, are you seeing what's going on? I'm like, caller. I'm like, they were just up. But he told me, he's like, turn it on. I turn. I'm like, oh shit. And that's when I hit up Mark and say, yo, are you watching this shit? What the fuck just happened? They completely collapsed. From what I seen, Shadir Sanders was tweeting stuff on the sideline during the game, like posting stuff. Like it was a mess. Like
but you couldn't have
they
phones
really
on the
got
sidelines.
Yeah, they really got over themselves on as they. I don't know. Dion gotta reel that team back in somehow.
During his post game, and he definitely understands, but he really started to put the ownership back on the team.
Yeah.
Whereas he stated that the team and some guys aren't ready for this moment, and whether that's coaching or whether that's just, like I said, they got to reel themselves in and get off their high horse because they did start out really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they obviously had the 2 losses back to back to Oregon and Oregon and SC. But yeah, that definitely was an upset. I predicted that they would beat Stanford running away, and to have that happen at Colorado at night,
Friday the 13th, by the way.
Exactly. Funny story. I was in Daytona, Freddy, at Cookman's homecoming, representing. Shouts out to my bros, A5. And so we were at the club. And there was a section at the club where the bar was where they had the game on. So it ended up being a Colorado watch party the last hour of the night. And everybody was just frustrated when slowly but surely Stanford was pecking away. And they just couldn't stop them. So when they went into OT, I was just like, there's no way Colorado's going to lose this. And lo and behold, second OT later, they take the L.
Yeah. They gotta Dion has to figure out what to do with Travis Hunter. He was great on offense as a wide receiver, but on defense, he also gave up 2 touchdowns and 183 yards to the opposing wide receiver. He can't play both ways the entire game. At this point, you gotta set, and I think his best bet is to be a wide receiver. I think they need him more on offense than defense. Even though I like him more as a wide receiver. I think he's more. He's a bigger help for them on the wide receiver end.
Interesting, but I kind of agree that him playing both ways right now, probably not 100% healthy when he came back.
Exactly
from the injury that happened to his liver or whatever. So yeah, I think he actually can probably be a little more effective defensively, but. He has Dion Primetime has to figure that out. I agree.
Colorado's 3rd loss of the season, and now they're on a bye, which they kind of need. But I'll tell you what shocked me the most. I didn't even watch the game, but Freddy called it. But shout out to my Houston Cougars, my alma mater, pulling off the biggest upset in their school history with a Hail Mary. They get their first Big 12 win.
Wow.
In conference history against West Virginia with a Hail Mary. And now UCF is the only loner left that hasn't won a conference game since joining the Big 12. But they needed this because, goddamn, they're in for a rude awakening this Saturday at home. They got Texas Saturday. They got the Longhorns. They're coming off a bye off that loss to Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. But, no, I think my toilet bowl game of the week, I'm going to give it to Georgia and Vanderbilt. I was expecting Georgia to blow them out, and Vanderbilt was kind of –
we both did. Yeah, we both
exposed that defense of theirs, and that made me question, is Georgia still what they say they are? Or they even still have the strength for that quest for a three-peat? which I said they were not getting, but I don't know.
I don't even have them in the top 4. I don't remember really. I should have wrote it down what my predictions were at the beginning of the season, Marcus. But yeah, I think they're suspect, and they just took a big loss. Brock Bowers is going down. I think maybe having surgery. So they may not have him for the last part of the season, quite possibly. So that's major because he's all world for them. So especially if he's starting to look at his draft status and where that may align.
Exactly. He probably won't even come back.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would take that risk. At this juncture, you got 2 national championships. You're gonna be the number 1 tight end taken. Possibly depending on what this injury looks like, still a first rounder. So yeah, I don't think he truly has anything left to prove. But Georgia, I still think is suspect, guys. I do think they're susceptible. And like I said, I just don't think they repeat. Three-peat, rather.
Yeah, three-peat.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Bama to struggle against Arkansas. I thought that was a bit off. Only 21-24. I wasn't. I think me and Marcus talked about it. We thought they were going to probably blow the gates off of them, and it wasn't that.
They always struggle with Arkansas, no matter if they're number 1 in the country or whatnot. They've always struggled with Arkansas. They're just struggling all season. Maybe that 4-loss season they're talking about is coming. They already got 1 loss. I can name 2 more losses for sure, and 1 maybe in particular, but when we get to that. The only other thing I have before we go to college predictions, USC's defense, I told you, was it shit. Notre Dame beat the shit out of USC. Mm-hmm. Beat the hell out of that Heisman quarterback, fingernail Peyton, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no, another great rivalry, obviously, in the college football world, SC and Notre Dame. But yeah, SC is the defense is suspect, as you mentioned, Marcus, and there's only going to be so much that Caleb can do. And like I say, I think the challenge is just starting for them because they still have some guys, some teams in the Pac-12 that they have to traverse through, and it's not going to be an easy slate going on the rest of the season for SC.
What do you guys think about the stories coming out about Caleb Williams? Not going to the draft, might stay in college. Now he wants part ownership in whatever team drafts him. What are we doing here?
If he really wants to be the number 1 overall pick, he might as well stay another year.
You don't think he's going to be the number 1 coming out this year?
Yeah.
I mean, if he comes out this year, he's the number 1.
Yeah, he's going to be the number 1 this year for sure.
Even if they don't win it all.
He already has the Heisman in his back pocket. So yeah. They didn't even make it to the playoffs last year. I think they got beat last game of the year. So
I saw a cartoon of like 4 NFL coaches like playing tug of war with his jersey. I think one of them was the Bears coach, one was Sean Payton, the other was the Patriots, Bill Belichick, right. And there was another team. It might be Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But Carolina don't need a quarterback. They already drafted Bryce Young.
They got Bryce, right.
They probably, I don't even know.
No, I think was it the Vikings coach?
Maybe.
Might have been the Vikings.
Might have been the Vikings coach.
But I have something I want to talk about when it comes to that when we get to the NFL side.
Mm-hmm.
Something I want to talk about there. But
yeah, no, I think the whole thing, Freddie, back to your question. I was all on board with him and his father kind of calling their destinations where they would prefer to go. Because like I say, truth be told, NIL, which I am here for, is giving guys of that caliber and of that tier opportunities and some leverage, right, that they've never had before. To say, well, you know what, even though we've seen it happen a couple of times in the past where, you know, a high pick say, okay, I don't want to go play for that team, you know, a la Eli Manning, Bo Jackson, what was the Denver quarterback, John Elway, to name a few. So they have leverage now, and definitely Caleb does have that leverage where he can go back to SC if he really decided and make another 5 to 10 mil, whatever, through NIL, through his endorsements and do whatever through NIL, and make just about as much as he would possibly as a rookie in the NFL. So now what took me like gave me some reservations was him talking about, okay, he wants part ownership. Nah, that's not going to happen.
To what?
He wants whatever team drafts him. He wants part ownership.
You can't do that. You're too young.
Yeah,
You gotta be like 70 to be an owner of a team.
Yeah, I think that's kind of overstepping it and being a little too overzealous. And yeah, you can't do that. That's not going to happen. So I think they need to definitely reel that in and walk back on that one.
Oh yeah, like he's overthinking right now. That's what these like this new generation we have, these 2000 babies, think they can just have it all.
Right, they're entitled, right? And then just but like I said, he's in the position to kind of leverage the team that he wants to go to, but don't push it. Don't push it.
Dylan McCoast from Worldly Podcast tuning in. Well, I don't know what Carolina needs. They probably need linemen because they're 0-6. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's get to some college predictions. The numbers are coming in, so we got a few. This game, I need to start putting days of the week. But I think this one is a Thursday night game, or it might be a Friday night game. Okay. James Madison at Marshall. We'll start with that one.
Oh wow, James Madison, Marshall. Honestly, I haven't followed those two programs this season, so I'm not really quite sure. So I have some bros that I know from back at James Madison, so I'm gonna go James Madison on this one.
I'm gonna take Marshall.
Yeah, I don't know if both. I'm trying to pop it up. I think both are undefeated right now, or one's undefeated and the other had only one loss. So Marshall got one loss, maybe two losses. Okay. James Madison. Shit. Yeah, James Madison is 6-0. Marshall's 4-2. But here's the thing: James Madison has never beaten Marshall ever. They've played 3 times, and Marshall's won all 3 matchups. But I'm gonna give this
time in the present.
I'm gonna give this one to James Madison. So look at that first win over Marshall, and they'll go 7-0.
Okay.
Now the rest are Saturday slates. All right, College Game Day is heading to Columbus for this Big Ten showdown. Penn State, Ohio State, 11 a.m. kickoff. I don't know if it's going to be on ESPN.
Probably Fox. I think.
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, 11. Fox. I wonder. I'm sure the big noon kickoff crew is going to be there too. But yeah,
exactly.
Penn State and Ohio State, 11 a.m. kickoff on Fox. A top 10 matchup. Is Ryan Day and the Buckeyes going to get exposed, or will they pull it off at the Horseshoe?
You know what? I have been following Ohio State and Penn State, and I think this kind of comes down to quarterback play. And I'm really not too sold on Ohio State's quarterback this year. Kind of like I'm not really feeling Georgia's quarterback this year. So I know it's in the Horseshoe, I believe, but I like Penn State. I think these teams, there's some parity there this year in the Big Ten at least at the top tier there. And I think Penn State pulls this one out.
Yeah, taking Penn State to win. I think Penn State wins by 7.
Yeah, this is the 39th meeting between both these teams. Ohio State won the last 6. They've won 6 in a row. Penn State trying to get that first win since 2016.
Wow.
And they're going to get it. I'm taking the Nittany Lions. Ryan Day about to have an outburst.
Wow. Penn State crossed the board. Okay, let's get it.
Okay, I think I have another one that's going to go across the board here. UCF at Oklahoma.
After that meltdown, Marcus, Freddy, that UCF suffered to Baylor here in Orlando.
Never going to recover from that.
Mentally, I don't know where they're at. And then they went to Kansas up there and got beat down by Kansas. It's going to be tough. But, Oklahoma, Dylan Gabriel, who's a former UCF Knight, they're going to run crazy. Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma big. I think Oklahoma wins by 20.
UCF be lucky if they could score in Norman, but Oklahoma wins big. All right. You could say part 1 of 3 of this rivalry, the Commander-in-Chief Trophy, Air Force at Navy.
Ooh, always a good game there with those two squads. Give me Air Force.
Taking Air Force as well. They're 6-0. I took them last week as well. They won, so I'm going to keep on the Air Force ship.
Yeah, Air Force is undefeated. They're number 22 in the country. I usually root for Navy. any time like this, especially when they have the Army Navy game, because I got a lot of friends that joined the Navy and I support them. But I'm gonna go with Air Force in this one.
Oh wow, we 3 for 3 around this. Well, actually, no, Fred, you did pick Marshall, but okay, that's another across the board.
I did pick Marshall. Yeah.
Mississippi, Mississippi State at Arkansas. I got mixed up there. I didn't even type the name right, but yeah, Mississippi State at Arkansas.
I like Arkansas. We were just talking about them, how they play Bama hard year in and year out. I think they do have a pretty good squad. They keep some talent there, believe it or not, in Arkansas. So give me the Razorbacks.
I'm gonna go Mississippi State.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowbells too. It's in Fayetteville, but I'm gonna take Mississippi State on the road here. Okay, now Oregon may have lost to Washington, but they can bounce back in this one. Washington State at Oregon.
Washington State just took an L themselves, I believe, but they got a nice little quarterback. Can't call his last name. I think his first name is Cam, but he's been pretty solid for them. Oregon, Bo Nix, they're gonna have to bounce back. So yeah, give me Oregon, give me the Ducks.
Yeah, I take Oregon. I don't see them losing back-to-back games. I'll take Oregon,
especially to the state of Washington.
Yeah, right. I think they would win. I think they'll be pissed off. They'll come out and win big.
They're gonna go beat on baby brother. I got Oregon. I don't know what color uniform they're gonna wear this week. I'll probably
hopefully it's neon.
Let's tune in and find out because they're gonna be something.
I'm gonna go with gold. I'll say like gold or something. I don't know. Gold uniforms. Okay. Black helmets, gold jerseys, black pants, or something like that.
There you go.
I don't. It's not a night game, but I don't know. All right, another good rivalry here. We got it's the third Saturday in October. They call this rivalry, and this Saturday is the third Saturday in October. Tennessee at Alabama.
Ooh, yes. What will I do? What would I do to see Alabama take an L to the hands of the Volunteers? Like I say, low key, I do like Tennessee's program. Kind of mentioned before. Even though I had a heartbreaking loss to them years ago in the national championship, but I digress. You know what? Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm taking Tennessee. Every game I watch Bama play, they struggle. Tennessee has a really good offense. I think Tennessee wins by 10.
Tennessee's trying to go back-to-back for the first time since 2004, but they're trying to win in Tuscaloosa against Alabama for the first time in 20 years. It's been 20 long years since they beat Alabama in their house. And I think it's going to happen. I'm going with Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Another sweep.
another sweep cross. Well, we either going to look like geniuses or idiots. Come Saturday night. But yes, I love it. Good stuff.
North Texas at Tulane. I had to throw this one in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good little matchup. But definitely give me Tulane.
Yeah, I'll go Tulane as well.
It's homecoming for Tulane. There's 3 homecomings this weekend in Louisiana. It's Tulane's homecoming, it's LSU's homecoming, and it's the Raging Cajuns homecoming.
Oh wow!
I'm going with Tulane. It's going to be a big party this Saturday across I-10. So another sweep across the board. Roll wave, because we don't say that other word. RT. South Carolina at Missouri.
You know, South Carolina every year comes in the last couple of years with some slight expectations and some hope.
That never live up.
And they never live up, Freddie. I agree. Missouri, on the other hand, is quiet as kept. They're kind of sneaky good too. So give me the Tigers of Mizzou.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Missouri Tigers at 6-1. Gamecocks are 2-4. They look terrible every week. Missouri wins big.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer Rattler put me down, not beating Florida and putting Billy Napier in that hot seat. Missouri's only loss is against us, which that was a kind of a struggle win with us too. They could make some noise in the East, but I don't know if they played Georgia yet, but when they play Georgia, that's going to be one everyone's going to keep their eyes out on if they can pull that upset. But I'm going to go with Missouri in this one. It's in Columbia. Well, it's the Battle of the Columbias. Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina versus Columbia, Missouri. I'm going with the other Tigers of the SEC, the Mizzou Tigers.
Nice.
An old classic Big Ten rivalry here. we get Minnesota at Iowa for the Floyd of Rosedale. The only rivalry where your trophy is a pig.
I've been really impressed, guys, with what PJ Fleck has done with that program up there at Minnesota. And then on the other side, Iowa has been pretty steady. But I like the color scheme. They look like little baby Pittsburgh Steelers. So give me the Hawkeyes of Iowa in this one. Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I'm going Iowa as well.
Well, Iowa and Minnesota has played 116 times. This is the 117th meeting. Iowa, the Hawkeyes have won 8 in a row. Make it 9. I'm going with the Hawkeyes.
Bro, we better get some of these clean sweeps right, and then I know that much.
I know, right?
All right. I maybe since another one. Wisconsin at Illinois.
Oh wow. No. Illinois hasn't really been good since Nick Anderson played for them. So give me Wisconsin, man.
Yeah, I'm going Wisconsin as well. Illinois is not good at all.
Yeah, I'm picking the Badgers too. Oklahoma State at West Virginia.
Nice battle here in the Big 12. I think Oklahoma State has been solid. West Virginia, maybe reeling. So give me Oklahoma State.
I'm gonna go West Virginia.
This is a flip a coin because both teams are 4-2, but look how Oklahoma State isn't that good. I'm shocked their record is not role reverse 2-4. But I'm gonna go with West Virginia as well. I got them. One game I mentioned earlier, big tough challenge for this one. Texas at Houston.
Heartbreaking little loss there to Oklahoma, but that definitely was a hell of a game. Love that game. But yeah, Houston really doesn't stand a chance in my opinion. So Texas.
Yeah, Texas, big.
There's going to be a lot of orange in TDECU Stadium, and I guarantee you about 30% of them are from Houston. But always horns down, but the horns will slowly pick up for this one. I'm going to go with Texas. I had to throw this one in here because I don't really bring up MAC football games, but these two teams are 6-1. This should be a good one. Toledo at Miami of Ohio.
Nice. Yeah, Miami of Ohio. I like how they kind of try to represent talking about they're the real Miami, but that's really not the case. Toledo. I like that squad. Give me Toledo.
Yeah, I'll go Toledo as well.
Blast off. I'm picking Toledo also. All right, Virginia at North Carolina.
I think this is a layup for Drake May and the squad. Possibly trying to have a collision course with my boys in the ACC championship game. So yeah, give me North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. Drake May is showing his talents to be a future Patriot. So I think he throws like 5-6 touchdowns easily.
North Carolina, just so we can get Drake May and Jordan Travis in Charlotte for the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Ole Miss at Auburn.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. A hard nose battle in the trenches. Which line is gonna be able to throw their weight around, pun intended. So, you know what? Give me Ole Miss.
Auburn always plays really good at home. Ole Miss is 5-1. You know what? I'm gonna go Auburn for an upset.
Upset alert.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ole Miss winning, even though we lost to them. And Auburn, I saw how they were. Texas Tech at BYU.
This should be another nice matchup as well. Kind of going against the grain here. Give me BYU.
I'll go BYU as well.
Not so fast. Both of you. Texas Tech wins this one. All right. This one is my lock-in of the week for college. I got TCU over Kansas State.
I'm Interesting. Okay. I'm going the opposite way, Marcus. Give me Kansas State.
I'm gonna take TCU.
All right. Well, I'm sticking with mine. All right. So LSU is hosting Army for homecoming. It's the first ever meeting, and I want to say it might be the first time ever a military school is coming to Death Valley. Real quick, I just want to show you guys this. Anytime they play especially like Army teams, like go all out for the cadets and the soldiers and everything. And so far, this is what LSU is going to do for them.
Oh,
wow. Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Camouflage end zones. I cannot wait.
That's pretty dope.
That is dope.
Yeah,
I like
that is dope.
Yes, I love it too. But I think they haven't said nothing about special uniforms. Trust me, if they did, they would have said it weeks ago. But the only thing I can see them possibly doing is that they'll probably take their LSU decal and make it like American flag print. I just don't know if they're going to wear their purple jerseys or they're going to wear white, because they usually wear purple twice a year against cupcake games. And someone said it was supposed to be Army and Georgia State. They're going to wear the purple uniforms. I'm shocked they didn't wear them against Grambling, but it's homecoming. It's going to turn up, but I hope for my sake, I hope these crazy piece of shit fraternity boys and these out of control students for once can just be respectful to Army, especially them players. Because I was told for the Army and Navy and Air Force players, after their season's over and they graduate, they get departed.
Yeah,
they get departed. So for once, I'm just proposing this out. For once, don't play neck. Don't do the you suck after we score a touchdown on a field goal before kickoff, and don't chant kick their ass and beat the shit out of them after the 3 Go Tiger chants.
Right.
Be respectful. Save it all for the Florida Gators when we come back home.
Yes, that part. Yes, exactly.
Now, Army's one of the teams, they like to run the option. They run the ball a lot. I don't know if they throw the ball a lot, but I'll give them 3 points. LSU's going to probably, I'm going to say 61-3.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Y'all, I think this is another one across the board. Y'all got LSU over Army?
Yeah.
LSU all day. Homecoming, they show out. Y'all get lit. Death Valley. Yeah.
All right, Freddy. Michigan at Michigan State in East Lansing for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, 116th total meeting. Give me a score prediction for this one.
Of course, I'm taking Michigan. I will go 47-21.
All right. T, you picking who you got in this one? Michigan State? You going with Big Blue or Sparty?
Michigan is going to take an L, but it won't be to Sparty. Won't be to the little brother this year, but they do got an L on deck, Freddie. But
it's either going to be Penn State or Ohio State.
Give me the Wolverines. Closer than the experts think.
Michigan has won 4 of the last 10. They're trying to go back-to-back for the first time in 4 years. Michigan big over Sparty. Michigan State got a lot of problems right now.
Yeah, that's true.
3 more games left to predict on the college side. Now, T, your Seminoles are hosting Duke. Duke's been on hot lately. Look, imagine what it'd be like if King John shows up at y'all stadium. You give me a score prediction on Duke and Florida State.
All right. So their quarterback, Riley, is actually really, really good, quite mobile. Had a high ankle sprain, maybe I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, against Notre Dame or one of those games. And he possibly may play. They had backup QB that stepped in, played last week, actually played pretty good in their win last week. But coming to Doak, it's a night game. Fred, I'm having a house party, bro. So we're gonna be turned up, and I see my boys. We've been scoring 30 points every game, over 30. I don't see
that. You think it's a closer game than a blowout? You think it's gonna be close?
Duke can score, but it's gonna be strength versus strength. Actually, their strength on this squad is their defense. Obviously, right now, our strength has been the offense and what we got going with Jordan Travis and Johnny Wilson, who will be back this game. He sat out last game, got nicked up, and of course with Keon. So, we're gonna score at least 30-some points. So give me my boys, Florida State, 35-24.
Okay.
I'm gonna take FSU as well. I think they win, and I agree along the lines of scoring with what Todd said.
So I think Duke keeps it close. Like in the first quarter, could be a tie game or no score or one possession. But it's like after the first quarter, I think Florida State, the tomahawk chop just keeps on chopping. Florida State gets it. Could be a 2-possession. I'm gonna say like a 2-possession game. Florida State wins.
Nice.
All right, 2 more college games before we move on. Utah, USC.
Ooh, this is going to be good. Utah is the defending Pac-12 champions. Matter of fact, I want to say gave SC one of the L's and kind of kicked them out of potential
Last year
for the college playoff football playoff. So yeah, but I think SC is gonna get some revenge this year on this game. So give me SC.
I'm going Utah. USC loses 2 in a row.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm going with Utah also. USC's
Okay.
done. USC's done here. I'm going to jump to the other category because I only have 2 topics here before we go to the NFL side. So, baseball's postseason's going on right now. ALCS and NLCS are going on right now. Yes, the Astros started off 0-2 with the Rangers, but they keep this up like they are right now. They look like they're about to close in, winning Game 3 over the Rangers here. But give me a quick ALCS prediction. Who wins and how many games?
You know what? Even though, I'm kind of heartbroken on the NLCS side, but I think the Astros pull this out. Give me the Astros I think it may go the distance. Astros in 7.
Okay.
The Rangers cannot have Max Scherzer pitch ever again. I don't know why they keep throwing him out there. When he got traded from the Mets to the Rangers, he was terrible. They threw him out there today. 4 innings, 5 hits. Stop letting him pitch. Rangers are still up 2-0, even though the Astros will probably win tonight. I'm still going to go Rangers.
In how many games?
They only had to win 3, right?
4. It's best of 7.
4? Okay, so I would say 5.
So the Rangers just scored in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah,
so it's
8-4
8-5.
right now.
I thought 8-5. No, it's 8-5. It's 8-5, bottom of the 8th. At the beginning, I said the Astros in 6. But I'm going to say this here. If the Rangers come back and win this, they're going to get swept. They are so desperate for the Astros to fall. They still bringing up the whole cheating scandal from back in 2017 when they just can't get out of the past. And we did win the last one without banging no trash cans and everything. And we got rid of the people, and the people that weren't part of the cheating no longer even play with us no more. Most of them are gone. Springer's gone. Correa's gone. They're all, our former manager's gone. So I'm still keeping it Astros in 6, but if they blow this game right here, they're going to get swept. Now, the NLCS, the Phillies are up 2-0 over the Diamondbacks. I'll take this one first. I think the Phillies are going to sweep the Diamondbacks in 4 games.
Yep, I agree.
I kind of want a rematch, but if we do get the Rangers and the Phillies, I'm going to pick the Phillies because
I'm picking the Phillies as well, yeah.
Yeah, they're right now, their postseason run and what they're doing, and like I say, once again, kind of what they did in my Braves is crazy. They look really, really good, and I agree. Diamondbacks don't have a chance. They get swept. Phillies going to the World Series.
All right, one more thing. I think it was yesterday. Freddy sent me a hilarious video of somebody running down the field and getting tackled by security. When are people going to learn? If you go, I would say streaking, but you just go run down a field, just jump the barricade. Not only will you go to jail, you're expecting to get handcuffed and go to jail. You might get your ass clotheslined or get knocked the fuck out.
It's not going to end well.
He did a textbook spear.
What game was that? What game?
It was beautiful.
Was that a baseball game? Was that the Phillies game?
It was the end of the Phillies game.
Okay, I have one I want to bring up that recently happened. So the same thing happened at the LSU Auburn game, but it happened right when the game was over. I left I left when when it was 41-18. I left after we scored and got up to 41. I left. So I left like in the middle of the beginning of the fourth quarter. What's up? Dirty Django is in the house. Shout out to him as well. Now, I didn't know nothing about it till the next day. People are tagging me and they were like, dude, was that funny or what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And the funniest part is like there's a bunch of photographers on the sideline taking pictures for the games and the media and all this. Someone had one of those like close ass Peter Parker zooms. And
right.
he's like right there getting all the action. And it's the dude that ran the field. He's in like an LSU Hawaiian shirt. He's like in a trucker's hat and he's in some blue jeans and cowboy boots. It's his facial reactions in every picture, like trying to avoid the security guard. He did like kind of like that Heisman pose, like
right.
He tried to hurdle another one and he's like, but the funniest part was someone took a picture of him getting handcuffed. Walking off the field, this was him.
Oh, God.
He got the 15 minutes of fame. That's all he wanted. That's
all he wanted.
I
he went viral. That's all he did.
Somebody start a GoFundMe account and get him bailed out of jail right now. I've seen videos or pictures of guys just running the field, getting arrested, and they look intoxicated or they look like they're on drugs or they look like they don't even know who they are. This dude is just drunk off his ass, living his best life. And of course, he came out the student section.
Of course.
But no, you don't rush the field unless we like beat Alabama or something. Not Auburn. Auburn, we were predicted to lose, yeah, but actually game day all picked them to win, but some people wanted Auburn to pull it off. But
right.
All right, we're going to the final category now, NFL talk. Did not go well for both myself and Freddy.
It's never going to go well for me every week.
Y'all are 1-5 for the first time since the 90s, before the Tom Brady days.
Wow.
But I figured, and it's not even going to get even better for y'all. But I don't.
It's going to get worse.
Okay, for the Saints, I don't have much to say here. 2013 loss to the Houston Texans. This is the second time we play them, including the preseason game. We lost to them in preseason. They were our only preseason loss. Derek Carr, 32 completed passes out of 50 for 353 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Alvin Kamara led in rushing, only 19 carries and 68 yards. Chris Olave led in receiving with 7 receptions and 96 yards. The only touchdown we got was a 1-yard run from Shaheed. We only had 89 total rushing yards.
Wow.
But 357 receiving yards. Defense, on the other hand, I thought they played like shit, but 59 total tackles, 37 solo. We did get 2 sacks by Demario Davis and Carl Granderson and 6 tackles for losses. And you would think if they had enough time to prep and correct their mistakes, they'd have a chance against their next opponent, but not when you lost like this and you got 4 days to prepare for your next opponent. The team that won the AFC South, a team that got eliminated in the playoffs by Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who were just 1 game away of going to their first AFC championship for the first time in 5 years. So I'm still pick them, but it's not going to look good for the Saints. They got to get ready to play Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the whole town of Jennings, Louisiana is going to sell out the Dome because Travis Etienne's coming back home to the boot. Can he get over that curse of finally winning a game in the Dome? Because Travis has never won a game in the Dome since he left high school. Wow. The curse is strong. His brother played in a state championship game a few years ago, and they got their ass kicked. Wow. Like the curse for the Etiennes in the Dome is real. He's trying to break it. He's trying to break it tomorrow night. But Freddie, what do you have to say about New England?
Wow, where do I start? So Mac threw another terrible interception, and Tony Romo on commentary said that was the worst interception I think I've ever seen. I couldn't believe he was talking. He said that. I said, but anyway, we kept it close. We had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 from Zeke and I believe 1 from Ramondre. And the Patriots in the fourth quarter, they just took too long to score their second touchdown. And they took almost a 5-minute drive in the fourth quarter, got the ball back with I want to say a minute something left. Mac throws the best ball he probably thrown his whole career since being in the NFL. Devontae Parker drops it. Next play, we get a safety. Game over. This is just what it is. We have too many injuries on defense. Our two best players on the team are out. We can't run the ball. Mac can't really throw the ball. We don't have – the only wide receiver that can get separation is Kendrick Bourne. The tight ends were nicked up. This is just going to be a weekly thing at this point. I mean, our best bet is to – they only played Malik on 2 plays, and they were terrible. I thought they would have had a better package for him to be out there. But it's going to be a weekly thing. I mean, our next 2 games, we're going to be 1-7 by the time – who knows? I don't know. We suck.
Now,
we just got to keep Mac out there so we can get the high draft pick.
Todrick, the only one that's going to be smiling big in this talk. Y'all get a 37-20 win over the Colts, which Colts do not have their starting quarterback. It turns out he will have to have surgery. But y'all took on y'all former quarterback, Gardner Minshew. He's still got the hair. I don't know if he's still got the mustache. I was hoping for an upset, but Freddy called it. He said Jacksonville was going to win big, and they got it done. What did you see in that game that made you happy besides the W? What did you see that made it so positive?
Well, one thing that the streak continues, that the Colts can't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville. That's been one of those things that's just it is what it is. So the streak continues. I mean, it's a short week. They definitely were focused. Travis Etienne, I think, is definitely what's making that team go. Even when Trevor is somewhat off or is not able to really, get the ball to Calvin consistently. But this definitely is a short weekend, and like I said, that dub was a big dub coming off our trip from England. So there was slight hangover, but they were able to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only L the Jags took was not paying the cable bill. In the stadium.
Yeah, I saw your picture. I'm like, what the hell, Tony Khan?
So I don't know if you saw it in the press boxes, in the suits.
Okay.
They didn't pay the direct cable bill, so the people in the suits couldn't watch their games on the TVs.
Oh, in the suites.
In the suites, yeah.
Okay. Oh no. Are you serious?
Yeah, they have posted about it. Yeah, online. Yep.
Unbelievable.
So real quick, give me your opinion. What was the toilet bowl game of the week in the NFL?
The worst game. Let's see.
While y'all think, I'm going to go ahead and say mine. The Cleveland Browns over the 49ers. Fuck you, Brock Purdy. I lost because of you. Knew it should have started Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I'll take the Jets over Philly.
It was so rigged this week. There's no more undefeated teams. The Bills didn't even cover the spread. They let friggin' Dallas win. Oh, it was rigged this week. By the way,
yeah. Listen, I'm no Giants fan, but they got screwed that game.
Bro, that brawl.
I don't know how you don't call holding, pass interference. There's at least 3 calls you could have called on that last play of the game, and they didn't call anything.
That was my runner-up. That was my runner-up, was the Bills-Giants game, but I was still furious about Brock Purdy's performance. You couldn't beat the goddamn Cleveland Browns, and I lost another week in fantasy. This time it's your fault.
Wow.
Besides Deebo Samuel getting injured and got taken out of the game, and I had him starting, so I'm not blaming it on Deebo. But that's my toilet bowl of the week. What about y'all? What y'all got?
I think I'll have to go with one of those surprise undefeated teams going down. I had I want to say the Eagles defense fantasy wise versus the Jets. So to see that they weren't able to come out with the victory there was really sad.
Yeah,
so
I'm doing the same. I'm going Jets Philly.
All right, so my game of the week, I'm gonna say the Cowboys over the Chargers only because of one particular thing. No, it wasn't that woman that they kept showing that says that's a true diehard Chargers fan, the one that had the facial reactions. No, during pregame, There was a video that was posted on social media. It was 8 minutes long. There were 9 different fights going on in the concession with Cowboys and Chargers fans.
Wow.
And there's like 4 security guards trying to break 9 fights. And what made it funnier was they must have just waxed the damn floor. Everybody
was slipping and sliding.
Cannot swing worth a shit. And I'm like, that's my game of the week now because of this shit.
Yo, nobody could throw a straight punch. Everybody was slipping on the floor. It was hilarious.
Unbelievable.
I was gonna give it to the Ravens and the Titans in London. That was a good game. But just with what I saw on the internet today, I said I'm giving it to the Chargers and the Cowboys. That made my whole week. So what y'all got? What's y'all game of the week?
Yeah, I was just gonna say just real quick about the Cowboy Chargers game. Couple things. One, I love SoFi. I still think that's like the most sexiest stadium, just in the NFL right now. I want to take a trip to LA to go to SoFi. But the Chargers, that I can't put my finger on it. What's wrong with this team, and why they seem to right now constantly underachieve. With this squad, they really should be, looking much better than they do. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about them. So,
they need a new head coach. They keep replacing everybody else around him and keeping him.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they got a good team. They got a good quarterback. He got good targets like Keenan Allen and everything. I mean, they shouldn't have left San Diego. I mean, sometimes I still get mixed up and call them the San Diego Chargers.
Right.
I've been calling the Rams LA Rams for quite a while, and I don't say St. Louis, but hell, if I were from LA, I'd probably be a Chargers fan myself. I'm not big on the Rams. They still got the ugliest logo and the ugliest uniforms in the NFL.
I don't know about that, but the Cleveland Browns still kind of ugly, except for that white. That white was clean.
Yeah, but the white, you had to paint the white Keebler elf on the 50-yard line too. Like,
no,
are they trying to be like the Cincinnati Bengals, have a major whiteout, especially painting the end zones and the logo on the midfield?
Right.
They trying to be like the Bengals, but the Bengals don't have much to celebrate either. They don't have a Super Bowl either.
No.
Neither does neither of the Chargers. But for one particular team, we've talked about it. I hope they can get a far run. I got my hopes for the Detroit Lions to have a deep run in the playoffs. But
5-1. They look like one of the best teams in the NFL, and their defense is really, really good.
And I really love.
They just got to stay healthy on offense. They can't keep getting hurt. They get the injuries are starting to mount up on offense for them.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing before we get to some NFL predictions. Possibly some potential NFL trades. I know Freddy brought one up. What was it? Jerry Jeudy from the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, Broncos are sellers. Looking to get rid of a couple of players on offense, maybe some defensive players.
Well, I'm looking at I can potentially see guys maybe like Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, Danielle Hunter, and Budda Baker getting traded.
Well, Kirk Cousins has refused to waive his no trade clause, so he's stuck. He'll be stuck into the end of the year. I did hear today that Henry is on the trade block, and they're probably going to move him. Now, who gets him? If I'm the Bills, I'm going to get him. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm going to get him. If I'm any of the teams that are Super Bowl bound, you got to go get him. I think he is the missing link for one of those teams to take them all the way to the top, and you're going to be like, all right, nobody's going to beat them at this point.
I think I agree with that, Freddie. Definitely more so the Bills than the Chiefs.
Right.
Pacheco has been pretty solid. It's hard runner. He runs with a violence about him. But yeah, if King Henry definitely is on the move, possibly or whatever, then I think Buffalo should be making those calls. That was an interesting list that you mentioned there, Marcus. So yeah, a lot of potential there as far as.
The Patriots are sellers too. They're going to be shipping off a lot of upcoming free agents we got on defense. They're going to be gone. A lot of people on the offense are going to be gone. The trade deadline is going to be huge, I think, for a lot of teams.
Another name I heard, my boy from Florida State, Brian Burns with the Panthers, that they may possibly be making some moves with him, possibly. So that's another name to kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, some of these teams like the Chiefs could use a wide receiver. They could use a Cortland Sutton. They could the Bills could definitely add another wide receiver. The Bengals, I mean, the Bengals could probably maybe add another running back. You know, who knows? So I mean, a
Hell,
lot of teams are gonna
we
stack.
talked about Detroit. What if King Henry makes his way to Detroit, to the Motor City?
Right.
You know, that's a solid pickup, you know, to go with golf and you know some of the wide receiver weapons he has there. But yeah, I kind of agree, Freddie, where Derrick Henry may land could be that piece for a team that's
Imagine he lands on the Ravens. Oh God.
Yeah, they already got walking weapons like Odell Beckham Jr. and stuff. So yeah, they got a good team too. All right, well, let's close out with these NFL predictions. Freddie knows the drill. So T, feel free to interrupt if you think this game we're going to predict could be a potential game of the week, toilet bowl of the week, or if it's your lock-in of the week.
Yep.
Okay,
Lock-in.
sounds good.
So it starts with our two teams. Thursday Night Football tomorrow night. We get Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars coming to the Dome to take on Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. Check it out on Prime Video. How you think it's going to come down? Give me a score prediction.
Still not quite sure if we're going to have Trevor Lawrence, aka Sunshine, for this game. Obviously, I think that's the key, point blank. If he plays, then we have a shot. I'm not really feeling what Derek Carr is doing with this offense and with the team. But if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, then I think it's kind of easy. I won't say easy game, but a game definitely the Saints should win. So it's kind of hard to make that prediction. But I'm gonna go with the Jags. I think they make a game of it. And McManus wins it by a field goal, 24-21.
Yeah, like Todd said, like we said, we don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play. Short week, Thursday. They may sit him. Maybe they go with a backup. Saints defense is usually pretty good. The offense, can't really count on them, but the defense is always solid. If Trevor Lawrence does not play, I don't know what the injury is. If he does play, I think I'm going to go Saints this week because I just don't know how healthy he's going to be.
So, yeah, I see this is kind of new news to me. I haven't been keeping up with that. So, yeah, if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, I think it's going to succeed us even more. But either way, I'm going to still pick them to win, even though they piss me off and give me gray hair every Sunday. But this week will be a Thursday night. I'll say like 21-14. Saints win. And just real quick, just want to give this out. I know we don't ever talk this sport here, but the Las Vegas Aces went back-to-back in the WNBA championships. So
they won? Okay.
Vegas now has 3 championships, 2 from the Aces, and, of course, my Golden Knights. Stanley Cup champs. So
New York basketball teams can't win no damn championship.
Can't catch a break.
My
Bro.
dad's going to blow my phone up about it because my dad was rooting for the Liberty, and he ain't going to hear the end of that.
Wow.
So
nice. Way to go, Aces. Shout out to
All
Asia
right.
Wilson.
All right, so here what we got this week in week 7. Now we're starting not to get as many games because they are starting to have teams getting buys and everything. And now the Astros just took game 3, 8-5. So Rangers lead it 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow. I think it's an early first pitch. I think it's around 3:00 in the afternoon. No, they're shit.
No, aren't all the games prime time?
Yeah. Oh, they play at 7:00 tomorrow night. Yeah. Game 4.
Yeah.
So game 4 is at 7:03 on FS1. Game 5 though will have an early start time, 4:07 p.m. on FS1. So 5:00 y'all time, 4:00 for me. If necessary, game 6 will be October 22nd at 7:03 p.m. on FS1 in Houston, and if necessary, game 7 will be in Houston Monday, October 23rd, 7:03 p.m. But either on Fox or FS1, it'll be on one of the networks. But they got the win today. They get a break. They get a break tomorrow. Till tomorrow night. I'm sorry. All right, Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Defense is going to be the factor here for the Browns. Obviously, no Richardson. I don't think JT's truly back to form just yet. So give me the Browns.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's playing this week again. Minshew is usually pretty decent, and he had a bad game playing his old team. I'm gonna go Colts.
I got the Browns this week because Colts not looking too good. All right, so Freddie, again, the Patriots are hosting Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Bills win 42-17. If and they held us under 20 points again for the 6th straight week in a row. We're gonna get demolished.
All right.
Give me the Bills. Yeah. I don't see any silver lining during the season for the Patriots. I guess the silver lining is what happens in the offseason if y'all can get a good draft. So give me the Bills.
Especially how they played last week versus the Giants. They're gonna come out and hopefully play a full game, you would think.
So I got the Bills also, and oh my God, Martin Maldonado's hair is orange. I guess he spray painted he spray painted his hair orange for the game, or he might have used real hair dye. I think his red hair is that's like Florida orange, like oranges out the tree in Florida, like a darker orange.
Wow,
like a freshly orange out of Florida orange,
like orange, like my hat orange.
Oh, darker. A little darker. All right, Commanders at the Giants.
This could be a toilet bowl game. But NFC East, they are rivals. Giants just look terrible. They're trash. There's some qualities with the Commanders that I like. So give me the Commanders.
Yeah. Buffalo and Patriots were my lock-in game of the week. That Buffalo's definitely going to win. But this week, I'm going Commanders over Giants.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders, too, over the Giants. All right, Lions at the Ravens.
That's going to be a great game.
Ooh, dare I say maybe game of the week?
I think we have 2 games of the week. This might be one of them.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where Detroit could make a statement. The tough Ravens and what they bring to the field and to the table. So, but I kind of like what I'm seeing overall. So give me the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit.
Lions are my pick to win the AFC North too. So, Raiders at the Bears.
Oh God. Jimmy G's probably out. You're gonna have Brian Hoyer versus whoever the backup is for the Bears. That might be toilet bowl of the week.
Yeah, Shit, give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders because the backup for the Bears did not look good last week at all.
I'd
rather put my faith in Brian Hoyer, to be honest.
I went with the Bears in this one. Close game. This is my lock-in of the week here. I got the Falcons over the Bucks.
Really?
Oh, I don't know about that.
And I don't usually pull for Atlanta because that's our biggest rival, but I'm picking them this week.
That's a lock. Wow. Okay. I'm not even picking Atlanta. Give me the Bucks. Yeah. Give me the Bucks.
Yes. I'm taking the Bucks.
All right. Steelers at the Rams.
Pittsburgh has been somewhat of a disappointment. I think they realized early that Kenny Pickett is not it. Rams are playing this week without Kyron. Kyron Williams is down for a few weeks, but they got some other talent there on the outside for Brett Stafford. So give me the Rams. At SoFi.
Yep, taking the Rams at SoFi.
Yep, Rams at home. I got them too. Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Across the board, Seahawks. This is my toilet bowl of the week. The Packers at the Broncos.
I mean, Broncos do look kind of bad. They're really shiftless. But I kind of like glimmering signs of hope with Jordan Love. So give me the Pack.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers.
I got the Packers too. Okay, this would have been my lock in, but I picked the other game. But because these two teams always play close, no matter what the record is. But Chargers at the Chiefs.
Chargers can't get right. Give me Pat Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs. If somebody shows me different.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs. They also just traded back for Miko Hardman from the Jets, so they got him familiar back. He was good with them when he was there. He kind of filled in when Hill was hurt. He was kind of like that de facto number one because he does have that speed. Yep. The Jets did not know how to use Hardman. I don't know why. They never got him on the field.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, it was very. They never got him on the field. But I think if he does play this weekend, even if he doesn't, Chiefs
win, and they less focus on Taylor Swift if she even shows up.
Oh gosh, such a PR. So yeah.
All right, this is my game of the week. Sunday Night Football, Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins against Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two former Crimson Tides. Well, one is also a Sooner, but you can kind of say he's partially Alabama. Two 5-1 teams. Who keeps on rolling? Whose train keeps on rolling?
This is definitely going to be the game of the week, I think.
I like this matchup. Yeah, I kind of agree. This is must see TV. Tua and the track star Dolphins versus the Eagles, fly high. So, wow. And where is this game?
In Philly. I'm watching this one
in Philly. So, yeah. Give me the Eagles, but I think it's going to be a fireworks show. Fireworks.
I am going to take Miami. They did lose 2 DBs in the game against the Jets, so they are down that. You got Waddle out there. You got Hill. You got Morissette. They got a lot of speed, and I don't think Philly's defense is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, Miami coming off. I think they're coming off a bye. Am I right?
No, they played last week. They beat.
Oh yeah, they did. They beat.
They beat the Panthers.
Oh yeah, they beat the Panthers. The Panthers are 0-6. So yeah.
And the Panthers were up. The Panthers were up 14-0 early.
Yeah, they started early. Yeah,
they started early.
Yeah, well, Phillies lost last week. They got upset by the Jets. They're red hot. They want to take it out on, Tua and Jalen Waddle and company. I think they hang in there. It's going to be a hell of a game. It could be I would have said a Super Bowl caliber like matchup because at one point I had the Dolphins winning the AFC, but that might change now. I had the 49ers winning the NFC. I'm changing that shit too, but I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. I think it's going to be close, but they get the win at home.
Nice.
And then Monday Night Football, we get Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers against Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
49ers. They're going to be upset. Brock Purdy's going to turn around and have a Joe Montana-ish type game on Monday night. So give me the Niners.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners too.
Yeah. I'm still debating who I start this week. I will probably start Brock Purdy. But then again, I wouldn't be proved wrong if he costs me another game. But because I have the Chargers losing to Kansas City, so that's why I'm not starting Justin Herbert because Patrick Mahomes is going to run him over. But I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. I'm trying to avoid losing 4 in a row in fantasy. But I had basically a Deion Sanders run. I was 3-0, and now I'm 3-4.
Wow. Injuries,
well, 3-3.
Injuries this season has
I'm
been,
going 3-4.
Yeah, has been. I don't know. I know we sometimes say this every year, but this year injuries to like top level talent and game changers has been bananas, to say the least. It's been bananas.
No, hey, it's week it's like week 7 right now in the NFL. I'm shocked Christian McCaffrey ain't
week
out
6. Is it 6? No, week 7?
It is week 7.
Week 7, yes.
It's week 7 and Christian McCaffrey's still going strong. He's not out for the rest of the season. Every time I had him in fantasy, by week 6 or 7, he's on IR. Not this year because I don't have him. Oh, but God forbid if I'd have had him, I'd have him on IR right now. But,
right.
Well, this was fun. This was fantastic. Another week down. We will do it again next week. Todrick, it was so fun having you on. I said we were gonna have you on twice. You came on week 1 for college, talked Florida State, LSU. When it was just you and me. Now with the relaunch, you came back with Freddy and I. This was great.
Yes.
We look forward to having you on again down the road. But real quick, where can we find you on social media before we go?
I'm on Twitter at Todrick G1906. Find me there. Talking my talk. So yeah.
That's right. I'm on Twitter at MarcusLeet337. Freddy's on Twitter at TheRealFreddy85. Follow SAT Sports on Twitter at SATSport89. Follow the Fanatics Network at TheFanENT. Also go to TheFanENT.com to watch this show or any other shows anytime on demand. That's part of the family. Big thank you to everyone tuning in, but it is late for all three of us, even though we're in the middle of the week, but I think I'm done for the night. But it was always T. Thank you again for coming on, Freddie. Same as usual. I will see you again next Tuesday night.
Always fun. Every Wednesday night. Tune in. If you missed the live stream, please go back and watch. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, and I didn't have my real mic on. This one wasn't on. My other mic was on, and I sounded like shit. You can hear the AC in the background, but make it work. But that will do it for tonight. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see y'all next Wednesday, same time, same place, same network. Thank y'all, and y'all enjoy y'all week.
Deuces.